everyone surviving so far. Nope, they are not. Very hit.
Look at goes forward. What a move! That's some late braking, and that's what you want to see. Lots of pressure put on the McLaren driver, but he's dealing with it like a boss.
Hello and welcome guys to the stream. Hope everyone's doing well. Today we've just got some LFM racing. Try get our rating up a bit on LFM. Just waiting for the server to pop up. It says it should be live on the website, but it's not up yet, so we're just waiting for the server. First race will be in Split 2, I think. So we really need to try get some good results and get our license up a bit. We're going to be racing at Barcelona tonight in the Coach Dave Sprint Series, and I have no idea why, but the servers still aren't up, which is weird. Definitely says they should be. Ah, there we go. Split 1, split 5, split 2. I think this is it. Oh, is it wet? No. Coach Dave Sprint Series Split 2. Yep, that's all good. Load the qualifying setup. It's very, very hot temps at the moment, which is slightly concerning, but we will make do. Just have to watch the tires a bit, especially in the race. So we've got 7th highest ELO rating in the server, so we don't really want to finish any lower than 7th to make sure our license goes up. But we'll see how we get on. We've got 12-minute quali, 25-minute race, and then it will be into the next one. How's it going, Sparky? Thanks for tuning in. How's things? Yeah, we've just got a minute of free practice left, just for everyone to join. Expected more people to be in by now, but oh well, just have to wait. Maybe yeah, maybe some others are waiting for the server. That's 24 people in now, so that's most of it. Most of the people in now, and we've got 18 seconds, and we can go out of qualifying. Good, thank you. My pace is slow going back to the BMW. How's you? Yeah, I mean the BMW is a good car. It just, you need to get some time to practice with it, I think. But it's good at Barcelona. The BMW is fairly decent at Barcelona. Goodness me, 38 degrees track temp. That is hot. Oh, the race isn't this bad. I'm all good, thank you. Haven't done much practice, just did about half an hour practice before we started the stream, so we'll see how we get on, what the pace is like. But yeah, let's go out, and 11.5 minutes to go. Track is very, very hot, so we won't have to do any tyre warming on the formation lap, which is good. Oh, very oversteering. Trying to work on managing the tyres a bit better, especially in the race, being a bit more careful with the brake and throttle inputs, trying to use the brake and throttle to steer a bit more. That's what Conrad was saying, because I wasn't doing that enough at Suzuka. Misano felt quite good, Kailami felt quite good for using the braking to steer and everything, but didn't do very well at Suzuka at all, which is most likely what killed my tyres. So need to work on that a bit. Brands Hatch is a good track to do it at. Brands Hatch, sorry. Barcelona's a good track for it. But need to work on, I think, throttle isn't as bad. I think the worst thing for me is probably my braking, that I come off the brakes too quickly. So I need to work on being a bit more careful on the brakes. And just trailing the brakes a bit more instead of lifting them off really quickly. That should hopefully keep the car a bit more stable. But also trying to use less steering and using the braking and throttle inputs to actually rotate the rotate the car. Everyone stopped here.
There's a slow car up ahead.
Okay, we can get going now. Everyone just creating a gap. I think everyone came out the pit lane very, very close. So everyone just creating their gaps. And we'll do a couple laps, and then when we pit for fresh tyres, we'll also Change tyre pressures as well, because I think they're going to be a bit off. That was a bad start to the lap, that wasn't great. Bit too late on the brakes into turn 1. Messed up turn 2. Turn 3 was alright, but a little bit slow. Turn 4 now. A bit slidey, struggling a little bit for the grip. Very hot temps compared to the practice server, so just need to find the grip levels. As you see, just a little bit oversteery on the braking especially. So just need to watch that. Try and get the braking a bit better. Fairly short qualifying session, so we won't get that many laps in. Should be a decent banker time, but it's going to be a very slow lap. I'd be surprised if this is even a 43, to be honest. Very, very slow. But at least it's valid, so we can at least get some delta. Final chicane can be a bit of a pain if you get it wrong. Yeah, this isn't even going to be a 43, it's going to be a 45. Super slow lap, but I expected that because that was a rubbish lap. So, a bit more curb into turn 1, a bit of a better line through turn 2 there. Turn 3 was a little bit faster as well, a bit more speed through it. 2 tenths up. Turn 4 was better as well. This hairpin I messed up last lap. That was a lot nicer as well, finding the grip now. Just trying to find where the grip is. Oh, a bit of oversteer there. About 8 tenths up. Still not very quick, but better than last lap. Oh, messed up that hairpin quite a bit. And this right-hander was a bit messy. Final couple corners. Still 9 tenths up, but still a rubbish lap in all honesty. 44.3, even with these temps, that's still rubbish. Right, we'll do this lap and then we'll pit for some fresh tyres. Whoa! Binned that. Just lost the grip slightly. Oh well. Fresh tyres now then. On 38, fresh tyres. We'll just tyre pressures again after this run in case we have to do these temps again. That BMW in P2's got 2 purple sectors and then he's slow in the final one. But yeah, track is very, very hot, so we just need to be careful for the grip. And also we're going to have to watch the race with these temps that we don't over push the tyres, even though it's a 25-minute race. Don't want to kill the tyres in the first 3 minutes. Car feels alright in these temps, so just got to be a bit more careful than we were in the practice server, just because there's a little bit more sliding. car does feel quite good in all honesty. 4.5 minutes to go, so we're probably going to get this out lap and then 2 flying laps, I think. I'm not sure if the tyres are going to be up to pressure by the end of this one. I doubt it, but they will definitely be up to temperature, just I don't think the pressure will be very high by the end of this lap. Maybe back off a bit this sector if the Assassin's going to be in the way. Yeah, the Assassin is going to be in the way, so I'll just back off. Okay, here we go. 3.5 minutes to go, so yeah, we'll get 2 flying laps. Tyre pressures are a bit low for this one, but they should be up to pressure for the next one. Currently 6/10 off pole. Still my lap is very slow, so we need to try to get a good lap together. Bit slow in the first corner there. No worries, Sparky. We'll maybe be on tomorrow, but I'm not sure if we'll be doing this or we've got both an endurance race and a race next week to practice for, so I'm not sure what we'll be doing tomorrow, but we should hopefully be on at some point tomorrow evening.
Yellow flag is
Bit slow out that hairpin actually. It's up on the delta there, just a bit slow in this middle sector. Decent first sector, but just that hairpin and that left-hander up the hill was a bit slow. Yeah, you too, Sparky. Have a good evening and talk tomorrow. See if we can do some racing. Bit slow there. Good exit out of there. Too much curb. Really spun. Bit of exit out the final corner, 3/10 up. Provisional P5, 3/10 off pole. Final qualifying lap, let's push. See if we can get a good one together. Bit messy through the first sector there, not ideal. Still neck and neck on the delta, but that was a bit messy, especially that first corner on the braking. I kind of messed up my braking there. That hairpin actually gained a bit of time there because we were down on the delta and then went up to neck and neck, so we gained a little bit of time back on the hairpin. Up the hill was a bit better there as well. That was slow. Tiny bit up on the delta, not enough though. Final sector now. And I've cooked it on the brakes. Be lucky if I improve on this lap, I think. Not a very good lap at all. Oh, I've binned it. What a weird place to spin as well. Oh well, yeah, I had a bit more in the lap, but at least it's provisional P5, so see what we can do in the race. I'm not sure if those pressures were any good, to be honest, because obviously the temps changed a bit. But lowering all the pressures down by 6 clicks wasn't too bad, to be honest. It wasn't too far off what we needed, so maybe do them by like 7 clicks for the race if it's the same temps, but hopefully the race is a bit cooler. But it is the same start time, which is Sunday 12 PM, so there's a very high chance the race is also going to be like this, but hopefully it's a bit cooler. It just means we don't have to worry about the tyres as much as we do just now. But it's only a 25-minute race, so we just need to be a bit more careful on the tyres and should be all fine. Just wait for the last few. I think 14's the last one to go. 15's nope, he's invalid. Session's ended. Oh well. And the track is the same temp, so I'm going to load the race setup. And now I'm going to put these down by 8 clicks to be safe. I think 8 clicks will be enough. I did like 6 clicks in the previous session, and some were too high, some were a little bit too low. So 8 clicks should be enough. 53 litres I think should be enough fuel. What I'll do is, because we haven't done any of the LFM races at Barcelona yet, I'm going to use this as a test race for the fuel. I did a fuel calculation and it said it would be about 47 litres. So I've done 53, so it's like 2 laps extra, almost 2 laps extra. So if the fuel consumption's a bit high, I know, but I just can check how much fuel I've got left at the end of the race, and then I can lower it a bit. Fuel's fine, fresh set of tyres, and the tyre pressure should hopefully be okay, but again, we'll just test, and what I'll do is I will create a new setup for these temperatures, and then at the end of the race I can adjust the tyre pressures, and also I'll have a look at the fuel load as well, but first I can adjust the tyre pressures and I will also check the fuel load. But yeah, just a quick double check that we definitely got a fresh set of tyres, which we do, and then tyre pressures are all fine. Right, so we'll jump out. We've got 20 seconds now, and then we can ready up. Starting P5 on the inside for turn 1, and again with the LFM we're trying to improve our safety rating, so we need to make sure we don't get a lot of off tracks or collisions, but we also need to improve our ELO rating, so we want a high position in the race, as high as possible. So we'll see how we get on. Just try to get some good laps together. 25 minutes, and just trying to do a bit of what Conrad said, and trying to use the brake and throttle to rotate the car a bit more, especially in the races, because I seem to be cooking the tyres an awful lot, so hopefully that'll help a bit if we can try and master that. So we'll just work on that a bit today, especially. It's just trying to rotate the car a bit more with the throttle and brake inputs instead of the steering, and maybe that'll help my tyre wear as well, or it should help my tyre wear anyway. But yeah, on the inside, Barcelona, Porsche is quite good at Barcelona, but the straight line speed is not ideal, so do have to watch the straight line speed with this. But actually, is that only 2 Porsches? No, sorry, 3 Porsches in the top 10. It's interesting. 3 BMWs as well. Oh wow, it goes early. Usually it's a lot. That went green really early there. It's usually a lot later that it would go green. My bad. Got caught napping at the start. Oh, this is gonna get chaotic. Nearly 3 wide. Try survive without any collisions. First lap. Ferrari giving the Aston a bit of a tap. I'm pretty sure that Aston Martin qualified in pole position, but he seems to have gotten a horrible start to the race. Oh, Aston's so slow at the apex. We get back past the BMW back into 5th. Can we overtake the Ferrari as well? Very difficult for him to defend there. Oh, Ferrari's off into the gravel. He's maybe got a problem there, because he just seemed to go straight off there. It's like he didn't brake for the corner. Well, that is a good start for us though, up into P4 after dropping down to P6. Honda a bit deep there into the brakes. This Aston did start P1, he's back up into P3. But hopefully he's got a bit of pace to catch these two guys, and we can just follow a bit. Try and save the tyres. We don't need to push if we can stay in the slipstream. If you look behind us, there's a train of cars, so if we can just try and hold on to this Aston and get a little bit of slipstream on the straights, and hopefully we don't have to worry about the BMW as much. If we can just use this Aston to tow us along, but as you see, the BMW definitely gains a massive amount on that home straight, especially in the slipstream. We lose a lot of time to that Aston in the first sector, and I think most of that will be on the straight, because the first sector includes the second half of the home straight, which is obviously where the Porsche is the worst, because that's the top speed. Leaders are having a little bit of a battle, but not much. Maybe playing it a bit safe. That BMW's right on my bum now though. Which is not ideal going into the home straight. BMW seem to have had a really bad final sector there though, which is going to benefit me a bit. And he's going to have to defend from that Ferrari soon, so this is helping me trying to pull away. Honda has the fastest lap of the race, but he seems to be falling behind. The leader does seem to be pulling away from the Honda a bit. So maybe the Honda's faster, but sorry, maybe the lead BMW's faster, but just hasn't got a valid lap yet, because he definitely seems to be. He is pulling away from the Honda, because you can see it in the Delta. Pulled away that sector as well. See if that BMW maybe sets fastest lap of the race this lap. Oh, the Aston cutting the final chicane there. He was gaining on the Honda, and he's just cut the final chicane. Yeah, that's the lead BMW, fastest lap of the race. Aston cut the final chicane there, obviously just outbraked himself going into it, and sometimes better just to cut it and take the track limit warning than it is to try and stay on track, to be honest. especially in a 25-minute race. Don't have to worry about track limits as much as if it was an endurance race or something. Thank you, back marker McLaren, for moving out the way.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, that Honda is starting to gain on BMW a bit though. Looks like they're closing up a bit. As the leaders start to battle as well, that will allow P3 to catch them. So there could be a three-way battle for the win here. Still got 18 minutes to go. A lot can happen. We can just make sure we don't kill our tyres. Oh, that was bad. Too much curb there. If I can just try and not drop off too much. I mean, last lap my lap time was 2 tenths slower than the leader, about 3 or 4 tenths slower than P2, so P2 is definitely quicker than the leader. If I can just not drop off too far, then if anything does happen, or they start battling really hard, then hopefully we can take advantage of that. Or if they take each other out, then we can be close enough to benefit. But we have made up at least one position from where we started, which is good. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see though as the race goes on, because that Honda's right on the back of the BMW now. If the BMW starts to make some mistakes, that's gonna allow P3 and P4, which is us, to catch them. I have to wait and see how the BMW handles the pressure if he starts making a lot of mistakes, or if he can hold on to that lead. The Honda's so good on a straight line though, that especially when he's that close, half a second, especially with the slipstream, he's going to have a very good chance, especially on like the home straight, to actually not only stay with the BMW but possibly even get alongside on that home straight, depending on how good of a run he can get out this final chicane. What's the lap times there? We just improved 44.3 by the leader, then a 44.2, 44.4, and we did a 44.6 basically, so still a number of tenths slower, so we do need a little bit more pace here. Pace is improving a little bit, but not much. But each lap it's at least improving just a little bit. We are seeming to find just a couple of tenths here and there. So we can just try stay consistent and not make any mistakes, and that'll be good. P2 is starting to fall away from the leader again though. Yep, quite a big gap now. 44.1 by the leader, 44.7 by P2, 44.5 by both me and P3. So yeah, leader pulled away quite a bit to the Honda that lap. I wonder if I should be in second gear for turn 1. I think I should maybe be in second gear, especially with the race setup. I just don't seem to be getting much rotation in third gear. Whereas it seems to rotate, especially like these hairpins, it rotates really nicely in second gear, so I should maybe actually try turn 1 in second gear instead of third. That might be a track limit warning. Nope, no time gained. I didn't think I gained any time, but it does invalidate it if you do that in the qualifying, so sometimes you'll get a track limit warning. BMW definitely seems to have a fair gap to P2 now. I'm surprised Assassin hasn't done anything after starting P1. I was expecting his race pace to be quite quick. I was expecting him to catch up and try get the lead, but his race pace seems to be slower than his qualifying pace, because he doesn't even have race fastest lap or that. So he maybe just had a really good qualifying lap, or the others, P1 and P2, just had really bad qualifying laps, so that's why they were lower than the Aston in qualifying.
We are halfway through, not over yet.
So that's us halfway through. Third gear felt fine there. It's maybe just depends on how I brake. I maybe just need to watch my braking in turn 1 a bit more. Tyre pressure is almost perfect though, which is good. A bit of heat on the left hand side, but you expect that in Barcelona, that's just what happens because there's so much load on the left hand side. But tyre pressures are almost perfect considering I just kind of guessed it really. So that's quite good, the tyre pressures. At the end of the race we will adjust the fuel load and save the tyre pressure, so if we do another one with these same conditions we've got everything ready to go. And the fuel obviously is applicable to any of the 25-minute races, but the pressures is also handy because it's fine getting the pressures when you're driving in practice, but you obviously push the car differently in a race, so your pressures are always slightly different in race conditions than they are when you practice race conditions. So it's actually sometimes handy to be able to look at the Motec or something for the tyre pressures after you do a practice race, because you just drive the car differently in a race than you do in practice. Well, most people do. Okay, that was actually a decent lap there. I found 2/10 that lap. So leader 44.6, P2 45.1, P3 44.4, we did a 44.3, so we were quicker than all 3 cars in front of us that lap, so that was actually a decent lap there. The leader actually had a very slow lap there. Don't know why, but he had a very slow lap there. A bit of understeer there, I just put the throttle down a bit too early. This Aston's definitely... Honda's dropping off massively. I don't know if he's killed his tyres or something, because he was right on the back of the leader near the start and his pace has dropped off, and the Aston's just slowly catching P2 now, so I'm not sure what's happened to the Honda, but he's definitely lost a bit of pace. So hopefully the Aston and the Honda have a bit of side-by-side action and they slow each other up a bit so we can have a go at the podium, because we're P4 right now, so if they start battling and we can catch them, then that would possibly give us a chance at a podium if we can catch up to this battle. Three-way battle for the podium spots would be quite nice. As soon as they start going side by side, you lose so much lap time, so it's very possible they start going side by side that we can catch them, because there's only about a 2-second gap between us and the Aston, so you know, a lap of battling and that gap could very quickly close.
Losing to the car heading sector
We
1.
gained on that final sector, although we did lose a bit in sector 1, but that's because I messed up turn 3, got that understeer, so that's why I lost time in sector 1, but we did gain on the Aston in sector 3 there. Just a bit of understeer there again. I just need to, as the tyres start to drop off a little bit, I just need to adjust my line a bit there, I think. Left hand side tyre pressures seem to fluctuate quite a bit because some corners there's a lot of load on the left hand side of the car, and then obviously on the right handers and some of the slow corners there's a lot less load, so the tyre pressures are fluctuating quite a bit on the left hand side, but the right hand side they're hovering around 27.6, which is perfect. But yeah, the left hand side's changing quite a bit, so we'll maybe at the end of the race look at the Motec data, because that'll give us the average tyre pressure over a lap instead of just whatever the pressure is at the end of the final lap, which obviously isn't that accurate. Oh, I messed up. Too much curb. That was a really bad final sector by me. That's usually a good sector for us to catch on the Aston because we've got that rotation. You usually actually gain a bit there on the final sector, but I completely messed up with that curbing. Definitely got a bit extra fuel, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Oh! Bit too aggressive on the brakes. Oh! Don't spin, don't spin, don't spin, don't spin. Oh dear, Cody. Might be able to hold on to P4, but
Car on the left.
completely messed up there.
Clear on the left.
Bit of oversteer on the brakes, and then just went over the curbs to try and save it, and just lost the car on the curbing, quite simply. We've at least only lost one position, which we can hopefully get back in the next 6.5 minutes. But there goes our shot at a podium, if those two started battling. Oh well. At least we didn't spin. Oh!
Car on the left. Clear on the
Ferrari
left.
binned it. So back into P4. But yeah, I just cooked it on the brakes. Just got oversteer on the brakes and then counter steered, but obviously that sent me across the track, and I just went over the curbing thinking it would be able to handle it, but just lost the car on the curbing. But at least back into P4, so we don't actually lose any positions. It's just P3 is now right on the back of P2, so we've lost any chance of gaining anything from that unless they spin each other out. But yeah, we've lost a chance of being able to join that battle, unfortunately, with my mistake there. Just have to be careful of that. I just kicked it on the brakes. I think I just came off the brakes a bit too quickly and it just unsettled the car. And then trying to correct it, I went to the left, went over the curbs, and that just spun the car. Oh well. Got 5 minutes to go. Tires are definitely a bit hot, but which is to be expected with these temperatures, but pressures are okay. Definitely far too much fuel though. We've got what, 3 laps left, and I've got about 6 laps worth of fuel. Oh yeah, they're doing 45s, P3 and P2, so they're costing themselves a lot of time with their battle. Yeah, we're gaining on them even now with that bad lap. It's a shame I made that mistake then, because we were so close to the back of them, we might have actually been able to join in that battle, but just one of those things. Got 2 laps to go, I think. Or maybe 3 actually, maybe it's 3 laps still to go, I'm not sure. Depends where the leader is. Might be this lap and then 2 more, I'm not sure. I would think there's 2 more after this one. Oh yeah, look at that, P3 and P2 right on the back of each other now. Yeah, I did it again there. Coming off the brakes too quickly is what giving me that oversteer. That's what I did in turn 1, I came off the brakes too quickly. If I don't trail brake properly, that's what's happening. Oh, the Assen's right on the back of the Honda, less than a 1/10 of a second separating them going into this braking zone. Okay, so yeah, coming on to the penultimate lap now, and then we'll be on to the final one. So we've got the end of this one and then 2 laps left. So that Assen will really want to try get that P2 from the Honda before the end of the race. Hopefully our safety rating should go up a bit, because we've had no contact, no track limit warnings, just a few off tracks. So hopefully our safety rating improves, and hopefully our ELO rating improves a little bit as well. But yeah, we've got penultimate lap now, and then we'll be on to the final lap after this.
Slow car ahead.
Oh, is this one of the... Oh, it's the back marker. I thought that was maybe P3 or P2 had had a crash there. And I saw that yellow flag, but no. P3 still behind P2, but they are very close. Going into the final lap, are they going to play it safe, or is one of them going to get desperate and either make a mistake trying to defend or make a mistake trying to overtake and take them both out? Depends what happens. Sometimes you see that just on the final lap, they either crumble under the pressure of it being final lap, or they make a mistake trying to push too hard. He's got his right indicator on, so I assume he's going to pull off. Whoa! Whoa, what happened there to the rear? I either put a bit too much steering rotation there, or I just completely lost the rear of the car. That was weird. It's usually super stable there. I maybe just put a bit too much steering input on the exit there, I'm not sure. That was a close call. That would have been embarrassing if I spun there. Especially coming on to the final lap. A 1/10.5 separating P3 and P2. That is so annoying that I binned it earlier, because would have been right on the back of those two, because they've lost so much time with their battling. Wonder if the Assen's going to be able to make a move before the end. I think his best chance is going to be this straight after this fast right-hander, because you've got that heavy braking zone into the hairpin. After that, the final sector is very, very difficult to make an overtake unless the car in front makes a mistake. But it's hard to get close enough. Oh, he's not gotten it done. He's not got it done into this hairpin. This was his best opportunity before the end of the race. I think his only chance now is if the Honda makes a mistake into this final sector. I think that's his only chance now. Like, Qualifying pole and finishing third though. Aston Martin probably isn't that happy with that.
Neither has finished the race.
Oh, there we go. Tyre pressures, alright. To be honest, I'll just look at the average tyre pressure and adjust. And we've got 10 litres extra, so I think I'll take out 5 litres for the next race.
Good job.
Or maybe 7 actually.
Easy deep lap.
No, 6. 6. And then that leaves an extra 4 litres should anything happen. But yeah, I think if I take out 6 litres. And I'll just have a look at the Motec of the... And I'll just load this one with... Save it with 6 litres less. I'll just have a look at the Motec of that one that we just did, just to see what to adjust the tyre pressures to, and we will sign up for the next race as well. So we'll do one more race and then that'll be it. Hopefully get a bit more done tomorrow. But I got home from work fairly late today, and I had something else on, so didn't get the stream started till a bit later. But tomorrow I should hopefully have a lot more time in the evening, so we should be able to do a few more races than this. But yeah, that was a good race, nice and clean. I made that little mistake going into turn 1, just came off the brakes too quickly. So I'll just have a look at the Motec, check what the average tyre pressure was and save the tyre pressures, and that's us signed up for the next one, which starts in about 12 minutes. Yeah, tyre pressures, just open this up. But yeah, with the Motec I can see the average tyre pressures over the entire lap instead of just the tyre pressures at one given point, which is a bit better than what we get here, because this is just what they were at the end of the race, whereas the Motec is, excuse me, the Motec is a lot more accurate for races and stuff. Okay, so the average tyre pressure was actually a little bit low when we look at the average tyre pressure, although that is of the wrong lap. So if we look at the final lap, the tyre pressures are a bit high. I'll do them off of lap 20 because the lap before, if I remember correctly, was the final lap I had a little bit of a slide, so the tyre pressures aren't that accurate. So that up 1, that down by 1. Tyre pressures are not too bad though. Front right up by 1 and rear right down by 4. So we'll just save that. There we go. So if the next one is the same conditions, already have the tyre pressures ready to go. Right, how many minutes have we got? We got 10 minutes, so we'll jump into a practice server for 10 minutes and then we'll jump out and join the official server, so we can do it until 30 minutes left of this session, and then we'll have to go join the official server. So we'll just load up the quali setup now. The tyre pressures will probably be a little bit too low for these conditions, and we'll just go out. We'll do like 10 minutes practice until the next race starts, and again it will be a 12-minute qualifying with a 25-minute sprint race. Yeah, let's just see how we get on with this. Car felt quite good in quali. It was just the temperatures were quite high, so there wasn't as much grip as in the practice server. So like the practice server right now is 26 degrees, Excuse me. The practice server that we're in just now is 26 degrees, but the qualifying session was like 40 degrees, so it was quite a bit hotter. So just obviously a little bit more sliding and a little less grip in the hot conditions. But yeah, we'll go out, do like 10 minutes of practice, and then we'll go join the server. We don't have to do exactly 10 minutes because there's like, it usually takes 2 minutes for the server to open, and then there's a 2-minute free practice session to let everyone join. So if we do an extra minute or two, then it's not the end of the world. But yeah, hopefully we can get another clean race. We'll need to see what the results were if we improved our ELO and safety. Like I say, safety should go up because we had no collisions with track limit warnings, but I did get a few off tracks which lower your safety. But ELO I would hope would go up because we finished 4th, started 5th, finished 4th, 7th lowest license, so in theory our license should have gone up a bit, but we'll have to wait and see. Oh, that McLaren, sorry. I think that McLaren was on a push lap. I thought he was on his out lap as well. I was just backing off in the final sector to create a gap, and I thought the McLaren was on his out lap, but that looked like he was on a push lap, so that was my bad. Didn't mean to slow him up there. Right, let's see what kind of lap times we can do in these conditions. Quite a bit lower than qualifying, so we'll see what kind of lap times. Too late on the brakes into turn 1. Missed the apex slightly. Turn 3 was okay, just a little bit slow, could have been on the power a bit earlier. I have to remember in quali I can get on the throttle a bit earlier than I can in the race setup, because you're lighter on fuel, you get that extra bit of rotation. So I just need to remind myself in qualifying to get on the power a bit earlier for turn 3 on the wide. Just let him rejoin. Very bad first sector for me, so don't really have to worry about this lap being invalid or anything because it's a very slow one. Don't rejoin. Don't! That was close. Rejoined straight onto the racing line before the fastest corner on the track. That was not a good idea by the McLaren at all. I saw him, I was like, I know he's... I expected him to rejoin, and then I was like, no, he'll realise that that is a very bad place to rejoin the track straight onto the racing line, but oh well. At least it didn't go into him. At least it wasn't a good lap we were on anyway. So it's not the end of the world. Thank you, Ferrari, for letting us through though. Letting us go by. Thank you very much. I was just thinking there if I was going to have to back off to create a gap to the Ferrari, but you let us through, so that was nice of you. That was quite a slow lap, but the grip feels really nice. I think I need to lower the fuel a bit because I've got like 4 laps of fuel, but I don't really want to do 4 laps on this tire, on these tires, especially when it's hot. But I don't know if I don't really think 3 litres of fuel will really make much difference if I take out 3 litres. I don't think there's much point, but I do have a bit extra, so should I need it, it is handy to have the extra fuel. Quite a bit up on the delta now, which is good. About half a second up. Lost a little bit on the exit there, so down to 4/10 up. We'll gain a massive amount on this right hander because we'll actually be on the racing line. Thanks to the McLaren not being there, yeah, we gained about 4/10 of a second. Maybe 5/10 actually. I don't know. 4-5/10, something like that. Just because we were actually on the racing line that time. About 8/10 up on our lap. I did think that first one felt quite slow. Yeah, 8/10 up right now. Try to get this final sector nice and tidy. It's very little, very technical final sector, and especially that final chicane, you want to try and get a really good exit out of it, because you don't brake again until turn 1 on the next lap, so that final chicane is very important to get a good exit. Okay, 5 tenths off the quickest lap right now. That was fairly decent lap. Actually 10th up, just getting a bit of slipstream off this BMW, thank you very much.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
About 2 tenths up on the Delta. A tenth of that was just from the slipstream of the BMW there, and a tenth from just getting a bit of a better line in the first 2 corners. Although that hairpin was rubbish, lost about a tenth of a second there. Try to get a better exit on the hairpin, because the exit was a bit slow last lap. It was a little bit better. Not perfect, but better. That was nice, gained about a tenth. Maybe a tenth and a half actually. Going up the hill there, that was really nice. Oh, invalid. It's annoying. But we did go about 3 tenths up there after we went up the hill there. It was a nice tidy little sector. It was a good middle sector if I didn't invalidate that fast right. We'll do another lap and then we'll go wait for the server to rejoin, because we don't have time to... We've only got enough fuel for 1 lap, and we don't have enough time to do a out lap and then another flying lap before the server opens, so we'll just do this final lap and then we'll just wait for the server. Front tyre pressures aren't too bad, it's just the rears are a bit low. Might try to get a good lap together here. Nope. Messed up already. That's invalid. I just pushed a little bit too hard. I was just trying to find a little bit more time. I'd rather try and find the lap time in a practice session and not in the qualifying session when we've only got 12 minutes. But yeah, just pushed a little bit too hard there. Tried to carry a bit too much speed and didn't quite have the rotation yet. So we'll just wait on the official server to open for the race, and that'll be our last race tonight, I'm afraid. But yeah, we'll do the next one. Oh, session live already. That's weird. It shouldn't be live for another 2 minutes. Now it's put us in split 1 this time, so the lap times will obviously be a bit quicker from the top guy. So we're in split 1 this race, and the servers are not yet open, which is fine. I didn't expect them to be. I don't know. The website says session live earlier than it should. I have no idea why. Okay, ELO up 58 and 0.26 safety rating after that last race, so that's quite good actually. That's quite nice, to be honest. That's almost enough safety rating to do the Pro Series soon. How much safety rating do I have currently? 6.46, and we need 6.5. So we need 0.04 safety rating and we can do the Pro Series. That's quite good actually. Finally. And the next Pro Series race is actually at Imola. And the one after is Suzuka, and then it's Laguna, then it's Spa, Mount Panorama, Cotta, Watkins, Zolder, Barcelona. It's actually quite a long calendar. But yeah, we'll do see the coach Dave Sprint Series C. The servers is up and it should be now. Split 1. Is this one? I'll just update the password. Oops. Wrong password. Can't see my keyboard, that's why. Pressed the wrong letter. Okay, split 1. Coach Dave Sprint Series, just double check that. Yep, that's perfect. Just like on the website. And yeah, that's all good. So we've got the 16th highest license. So we'll see what we can do. Obviously not going to be fighting for a podium in this split, but we will try and see what we can do. And the main, we want to get a little bit more safety rating, and we also want to try and gain ELO because this is the highest split. We've got because this is the highest split, the drivers have a higher rating. So if you can get a good race and you can get a higher position, then you're going to get more ELO in this split than you will in the other one, as I understand that. Or as I understand it, you'll get more ELO racing in a higher split. I could be wrong with that. It's a very complicated thing how they calculate your ELO rating. So yeah. Wenham Sr. Both him and his son are both very, very quick. Right, track temp is 27:36. Do I have a setup for that yet? No. So we'll just go out with this and we'll maybe adjust the tyre pressures after the first qualifying run. Right, yeah, just do what we can. Just under 12 minutes to go. Not sure how many's in the lobby currently. Currently 24 drivers. So see what we can do. Just try to get a good qualifying lap together. Try to get these tires heated up. Track temp is not as high as it was in the other session, a bit lower by about 4 degrees track temp, so should hopefully help us a little bit. Hopefully give us a little bit more grip than there was in the last quali session. Hopefully make the tyres a bit better in the race as well. They won't heat up as much, but as you can see there's very, very little cloud cover, so the track temp really heats up when there's no cloud cover. I mean, like there's like hardly any clouds you can see. So whereas when it's cloudy, the track temp is quite low. Even if the air temp is high, you notice the track temp seems to heat up quite a bit when there's low cloud cover, even if the ambient temperature is low. Because it's two different things, the track temp and the air temp. So sometimes you can have a fairly high air temp and a low track temp, or vice versa. In this case, we've got the track temp is 9 degrees hotter than the air temp.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
So everyone just backing up here. You usually see this in most quali sessions. In the final sector, everyone just backs up so they can all get their own gap.
Slow car ahead.
We'll just wait for ours. If we can go out behind a faster guy, then that's actually good because we get a bit of slipstream in the Porsche, which is very, very handy in the Porsche, but I don't want to be too close to someone who's slower than us because then you just end up getting held up. But if you go out behind someone who's the same pace as you or slightly faster, then you don't lose time to them in the corners, but you gain time on the straights because of their slipstream, so that is very, very handy. Oh, too late on the brakes there. Just missed the apex. slide there, that wasn't ideal. Okay, not a quick lap, but fairly tidy. There was one big mistake I made in the hairpin, missing the apex, but fairly tidy lap, but very, very slow. Okay, half a tenth up in the hairpin there. I knew I messed up quite a bit in the hairpin there. Gained half a tenth there, just by getting it a bit tidier. A little bit of oversteer there on the curb, that's going to cost me quite a chunk of time, but still just under half a second up on the delta, which is good. Okay, just under 9 tenths up on the delta, about 8 tenths up now. So we lost a bit of time on that fast right hander, but that still puts us P5, 6 tenths off of pole. If we improve by a tenth, that would put us P4. Considering we had the 16th lowest license, provisional P5, this should be good for our license if we can get a good result. Okay, about a tenth up in the first 3 corners. That was a bit tidier. So a tenth up in sector 1. That hairpin was a little bit slow, lost 200ths. And that hairpin was also slow, so we lost that tenth that we found. But back up to a tenth up there, gained a little bit of time up the hill. Try not to bin this right hander and we should gain a bit of time. Yep, 2 tenths up, 2.5 tenths, so quite a bit of time. About a tenth and a half there in that fast right hander we lost on the last lap. That hairpin was better, about 3 tenths up now. Lost a little there. Touched that curb, shouldn't have done that. Oh, that's annoying. I went from like 3 tenths up that lap to a tenth up. Lost a chunk of time there. That's annoying. Provisional P7. So yeah, we need a good lap together. Okay, this lap is slow, so we're going to get a fresh set of tyres and go again. Tyre pressures are off, but I don't have time to adjust them. I'm just going to go out on track again with a fresh set, because I don't really have time to adjust the tyres, so we've got less than 4 minutes. provisional P7, just like 0.003 of a second under a second off P1. So we need to improve by like 3-4 tenths to actually gain any positions. So we're going to get this lap and what, 1 flying lap? Maybe 2? Not sure. We might just get 2 flying laps. If we only get 1, then that's fine. At least be on fresh tyres, so maybe we can improve a little bit, because there is, like, I messed up the final 3 corners on that last lap, so there was at least 2 tenths in the final 2-3 corners. It was mainly the chicane, which also obviously messed up the final corner, but it was the chicane, the 3rd and 2nd final corner, that I messed up. It was just the clip too much of the first curb, and it just unsettled the car through the rest of the chicane. Yeah, if I cross the line with more than a minute 44 left, then I get another lap. So I think we will. No, it's a minute 43 I need, or 44. Oh, I'm gonna miss it by like 2 seconds. I should have pitted like 2 seconds earlier, so I could have got this final lap. So this will be our final lap, because we're gonna miss getting an extra one by 2 seconds. That's annoying. Neck and neck with the Delta on that first sector, that's fine. Didn't improve, didn't lose. Improved a little bit on that hairpin. Still neck and neck with the Delta. If we stay neck and neck on the Delta the entire lap and just improve the final corner, we'll still gain 2 tenths. If we can stay neck and neck the rest of the lap. Oh, 1/10 of a second down.
Yellow flag, be careful there. Yellow flag, be careful there.
Didn't improve.
Session is now over.
Oh, and I missed getting this lap valved by like 2 seconds. Oh, that's a bit annoying. Had a bit more time in there. We went from like a 1/10 down to neck and neck on the Delta, crossing the line there, so that's a bit annoying. So going to start like P11, definitely had a bit more pace in the lap, so hopefully that just means we can make up a bit in the race. But yeah, just one of those things. We had a little bit more pace in the lap, but still a fairly decent lap, just had a bit more still. Just under 2000 ELO rating, 19.5 just now, so if we get a good race today, then hopefully not only will our safety rating be high enough to just do the Pro Series, but we'll also have enough ELO to go over 2000, which will be good. But we definitely want to keep getting the ELO up. Yeah, safety rating's really good. It's just we really need the ELO up. Okay, track is 36 degrees. I'm gonna go with loading this setup because the track temp is close. The air temp is miles off. But I'll load this setup that we used in the last race. Fresh set of tyres, and I will lower the... No, the track temp's lower. So I'll increase the tyre pressures by... I'm gonna go with 3 clicks. Because I'd rather at Barcelona the tyre pressures be too low and rather than too high. And we'll save that so at the end of the race we can adjust the tyre pressures. Change the telemetry laps to like 5, so it's the final 5 laps. And the fuel and strategy, definitely fresh set of tyres and 47 litres. So that's all fine, ready to go. And just, I always double check. There we go, fresh set of tyres, 47 litres. And let's see how we get on the race. Try to get into the top 10. 28 cars, 16th lowest license. So as long as we finish higher than that, then hopefully our license should go up a bit. And again, try to do what we did in the last race, try and avoid any collisions and off tracks. Last race our safety rating went up and we had 0 collisions and 0 track limit warnings, but we had a couple off tracks. So try and do that again with just less off tracks and our safety rating should go up, and that'll put us, like I say, it's 0.04 that needs to go up for it to be high enough for the Pro Series. But before we sign up for the Pro Series, I want my ELO rating, because otherwise it'll be the Pro Series but a really low split because the ELO isn't very high. So need our ELO up a bit, so we need to try and avoid the collisions, especially on lap 1 here, and try and make up some positions. Oh, someone didn't start, so that's free position, straight up to P11. Thank you very much for the free position. Oh, Ferrari's not starting either. Oh, there he goes. He maybe just stalled or something, or was looking at his fuel calculation or something, I don't know. He missed the start. Right, now I don't want to get caught sleeping at the start this time, because last race I didn't realise how early the start was and then I was not ready for it. So yeah, see, I thought it goes get ready for green a little bit later on the straight, so I need to be careful with that.
Green light, give it all you can.
Not a great start.
Car on the right. 3 wide.
Gonna go 3 wide into the first corner.
Right.
Late braking in the Porsche, able to hold on to those 2 positions. Not sure if we actually, I think we actually made a position on that Ferrari as well, which was nice. Or was that Ferrari already behind me? I don't know. That Ferrari's getting pushed a bit wide, I think. Someone didn't see him. Are we P8 it says, or is the Delta not? Oh, that Honda's defending aggressive. 3 wide into the hairpin. That Honda very nearly murdered the Aston Martin there. So actually we're up to P8 from... Where did we start? P11? From P11 to P8. That was actually a very, very good start for us. Made up 3 positions. And they were all in the first corner as well, just braked a lot later than everyone else. We had a bad start, so we went like 3 wide, I think. But I just braked a lot later because I had no one directly in front of me. Got this Ferrari on the inside. but I get a better run on the outside there, a bit more grip than he does. Able to hold on to this P8. And that Ferrari got a really poor exit out of the chicane, which is good because it gives me a bit of breathing space on the straight. The Porsche, it's got very good rotation on the slow speed corners, so it gets really nice rotation out that final sector. So if I can get a good exit, then it at least gives me a bit of breathing space, because I lose so much at the end of that straight for the top speed. So I really need to make sure that I always nail the exit out that final chicane. Everyone's battling up in front of us, though the leader's pulling away. He must be enjoying everyone battling. But apart from the leader, you can see there's, like, in front of us, there's 3 groups of 2. P2 and P3 battling, P4 and P5 battling, P6 and P7 battling, and we're just trying to catch up onto the back of P7. But yeah, there's just, if you look in the minimap, you can see it, there's just groups of 2 basically in front of us, 3 groups of 2. So we can just get onto the back of this Ferrari, try battle a bit, see if we can get past. Like I say, I'm enjoying the slipstream as much as I can from the Ferrari. It's not so bad in the Porsche if you are following someone, because even though they pull away, you at least have their slipstream, whereas if you're by yourself and there's someone in your slipstream, you just have no chance in the Porsche. But like this, if I'm in the slipstream even just a little bit of the car in front, then that does give me a little bit of a helping hand. You can see a number of little battles in front of us, everyone staying fairly close together. Battle for the podium is about 4 cars now. Those 2 groups have all bunched up, so now it's a 4-way battle for P2, P3, P4 and P5, all battling. So 4-way battle for the podium. See if they keep it nice and tidy, or if they get a bit aggressive and have any collisions. Oh, deep by the Aston, very deep on the brakes there. Ferrari going side by side. Can we benefit from this? The Aston actually backs out of there, taps the brakes and let the Ferrari through. Obviously didn't want to lose too much time trying to go around the outside there. But was that the best decision? I don't know. Might be the smartest, because he didn't lose much time, but he still swapped positions, so that was maybe a smart move to let the Ferrari through if he knew the Ferrari was faster. Please give me slipstream. Please. You can see even in the slipstream the Aston's still pulling away. I just can do nothing on that straight. That's P5 and P4 battling up in front. And then we've got P7 and P6 right in front of us, so a few cars battling. Leaders pulled away massively, and P2 and P3 have started pulling away as well. But yeah, P4 and 5 are battling quite hard, and then these 2 in front of us are also having a little bit of a battle. Ferrari seems to have pulled away from the Aston a little bit. Seems to actually be gaining on P5, I think. So see if we can force Assassin into a mistake. Try to get past him. I got a bad exit out of there. The Ferrari's right on my run. Hit him to the outside line. Try not to outbrake myself. Hold on to the position. Although I did not get a very good run there. But he does back out there. Smart decision. That curb is a bit treacherous if you try and take too much of it. So it was a smart decision to back out there instead of trying riding that curb. Not worth the risk this early in the race. Again though, he gets a very bad exit out of the final chicane. He's got much better straight line speed, but he gets an awful exit out of that final chicane. Actually, almost 3/10 up in the first 3 corners there, so that was actually quite nice. First sector there. Yeah, look at the Ferrari, he's really pushing, he's right on the back of P5 now already. Let's try to get past the Assassin if we can force him into a little mistake somewhere. There's a little mistake from the Assassin, but not big enough that we can do anything. I think it's the middle sector is our best chance, because we got no chance in the first sector just because of our straight line speed. But the middle and final sector with all the corners, Corsa has a chance because it's just so quick through the corners. But oh, I've clipped that curb and that was horrible. Ferrari might pass me before we even get to turn 1. That was such a bad exit. I'm going to brake as late as possible, but I think he's passed me. Oh yeah. Oh, that was a stupid mistake by me. Just pushing a bit too hard and I clipped the curb. There's a lot of cars on the mini-map up in front of us, but I'm not sure if one of them's maybe a back marker or if it's one of the leaders have made a mistake. Let's try to get back into P8 though. But yeah, everyone's bunched up in front of us and I'm not sure what's happened there. There's like 5 cars all bunched up. They were like 4 wide on the straight, so I'm not sure if that's a back marker getting mixed up in there or if someone's made a mistake and they're all bunched up now. Try to get back past this Ferrari though after that stupid mistake by myself. There is no yellow flag, which to me would indicate that they're all battling for position. Because usually if a back marker starts slowing down substantially, you would get a blue flag or something, but there was no blue flags. Not blue flag, sorry, yellow flag. So I wonder if there's just been a bit of hard battling and bunched themselves all up. Because they seem a lot closer together than they were previously. That Ferrari's wide. blue Ferrari overtakes the yellow Ferrari. Ferrari seems a very popular choice for Barcelona. Seems very quick here. I'm not saying the Porsche's slow, though the Porsche's really good here. It's just there's a lot in the session that have gone with the Ferrari. I can't wait to try the new Ferrari. I will switch to the new Ferrari when it comes out, or the new Porsche. I'm going to try the new Porsche and the new Ferrari. I would like to drive the Ferrari because I like Ferraris, but if the new Porsche is faster, then I'll obviously drive that. But I would like to learn to drive the new Ferrari when it comes out in April. Oh, look at them all slipstreaming and just a bit too far back. Look at the advantage the BMW is going to gain though, with his straight line speed. I don't really want to be defending, I want to try push to catch the guys up in front. Bit of a slide. They're all on the right hand side, just slipstreaming each other.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Every single lap I'm having to take the inside line there just because I lose all the straight line speed. BMW, when he's in my slipstream, is gaining too much on me, so I have to defend that inside line, otherwise he will overtake into that first corner. We're so bunched up in front of us as well, we just want to just try and catch up to this fight up in front of us. But I've got to be careful I don't let the BMW through, or make a mistake and let the BMW through. That was very, very wide. He's surely going to get a track limit warning for that one. Oh, a bit deep by me. Very late on the brakes. Nice wee battle we're having here. It's annoying the guys in front are pulling away, but I'd like to defend this position as best I can. Oh! Too aggressive on the throttle there, Cody.
Flag in sector 1.
BMW messed up the final chicane there. He'll still get me on the straight, but he did get a very poor exit there. But again, he's so close enough to, even though he's half a second back after the exit there, look at the amount he'll gain. Oh, he's not actually close enough this time. I'm able to return to the racing line for the braking zone. Yellow flag. Oh, that's behind us. BMW's got a bit of pressure from the Honda behind him. Honda very quick on their straight. BMW maybe have to defend. Actually give us a chance to pull away here. Got a good gap after that final corner, which will definitely help us. Just about a 7/10 gap this time. Actually able to take the racing line into turn 1. Oh, someone's had to cut turn 1. Battle's maybe getting a bit desperate. Someone's on the grass as well. Oh! I so nearly spun. Oh, that was a close call. I'd already lost the grip as I turned in and was trying to save it, and then I had to avoid the Porsche as well. Oh, that was a close call. That was a very close call. Thought I was going to lose the car there. Well, free position right at the end. Would have rather taken it without nearly spinning. We will need to have a look at the replay of that one. That was some proper sideways action. That has not done me any good for my tyres though. Those Ferraris getting a bit aggressive. That Honda's side by side with the BMW, that's maybe going to help me a bit. Oh, I told you the Ferraris were getting aggressive. The Ferraris taking each other out.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Look at that. 4 positions in 1 lap. What a lap. 4 minutes to go. 3 laps. Let's keep this up. 8th to 4th in 1 lap. No, sorry, 5th. My apologies. I thought we gained 4 positions there. We gained 3 and 4. Oh, that's my bad. Sorry. We were 9th to 5th. in that lap. Let's see if we can keep this up for the final 3 laps. Four positions, 1 lap. Let's try and keep it up. Really have to defend hard now. Got this one and then 2 more laps after this. Coming on to the penultimate lap. Big slide.
Clear on the right. Car on the right.
The mighty Porsche brakes.
Clear on the right.
I almost have to slow them down in the first part of the chicane. You know, like what the leader will do when there's a safety car, and back them up and then go. That's kind of what I have to do to be able to stay ahead on the straight. I have to back them up at the first part of the chicane and then accelerate whilst they are offline. And that's the only way I can really defend it. It's a sneaky little tactic that I've had to learn. Someone's phoning me. This is a really bad time to phone me. Penultimate lap now.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Got a massive train of cars behind me.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Final lap now. Coming on to. Massive train of cars that I've just basically had to back up and defend from.
Okay.
There's like
It was on the final lap down.
9 or 8 cars behind me. Final lap. bit of a slide there on the final corner. Let's go.
Right wing race.
Oh, P9 to P4 on the final 5 minutes. And we defended. Look at the minimap. Defended from like 10 cars there. Oh, that was hard. Man, that was hard to focus. Right. Oh. What a race. What a race. That was a good one. I think we need to message the driver that we were finished ahead of that Ferrari and say that was a good battle, because that was that was good. I mean, I was defending very, very hard there, and he gave me space. He didn't send it up the inside, so that was fair driving by both of us. That was a good battle. That was a very nice battle. What a good one. What a race though. That was a good one though. That was really nice. What a race. P9 to P5 in the final 5 minutes. And like I say, I think we defended all these cars to about P13. I think we defended P6 to P13. Right, that's the server finished. Let's go have a look at the replay, because that was a close one. Oh, that was exhausting, trying to defend there. And my tyres were shot, like they were dead, because I had that massive slide when I got that free position, so from that Porsche, and my tyres, I couldn't then recover my tyres because I was trying to get those positions. But yeah, that was really nice, because we started P11 and then I got a fantastic start. I went from P11 at the start, and then I think I went from P11 here, and then I just got a really good start. Here I got a bad start off the line, but coming into the first corner I just braked late, and I went from P11 to P8 by the first corner, just braking a bit later than everyone. So I got a really good start there, and then when we got to about like kind of this point here, everyone was battling here, and I was defending from this BMW, and I was like, oh, these guys are pulling away and defending, it's over, you know, we're going to sit P9. And then it was just the final couple of laps. I mean, like here at this point I'm still thinking, okay, P9, I'm about 3 seconds behind these guys, those guys are off, and we were stuck here. But yeah, nail biting, I've got no nail slide. And then after that, and then from this point on, from lap 12, the final 1, 2, 3, 4, the final 4 laps, or final, was it the final 3 laps actually, because I don't know if we completed lap 15, that might have been in lap. But yeah, from this point on, like, here I'm just trying to stay ahead of the BMW, who's still right on my bum. But coming here, I'm not sure what happens to the Porsche, and I also just here I couldn't see that the Porsche had spun. I just saw the grass was up in there, and then this Porsche just rejoins into the middle of the apex. So see, I actually drift around him. Watch my steering input. Turn, turn, turn. Oversteer. Snap. So I actually almost spun trying to get past him there. So I'm not sure what happened, but he just rejoined onto the apex. And I already had oversteer. I already was oversteering, and then I saw him, and that was it. A very nearly spin there. Let's see what actually happened to him. So he gets hit by the Ferrari, he has contact with the Ferrari, cuts the corner, and then rejoins. So here, I mean, the Ferrari's coming towards the corner, the Ferrari's turning towards the apex, the Porsche's braking in a straight line, so that's kind of a racing incident, the first part. But to me here, if we look at this from the Ferrari comes round, the Porsche rejoins in front of, yeah, that's first incident I would say is a racing incident, but this is definitely Porsche. I mean, he rejoins straight into the racing line. The Ferrari hits the brakes, but still the Ferrari can't avoid that. So to me, that's on the Porsche. To be honest, that was Porsche's fault. And then I mean his rejoin. What was this? Rejoin. He just he spins here, and then just rejoins straight onto the apex. Like, even if I wasn't already sliding, I would have probably went into the side of him. So that was a very close call there. So I was already feeling lucky after that, and then I just had a flyer of the last couple of laps. These four were all battling, and then where was it that I got past them? Oh yeah, this is what happened here. So the white Ferrari, so I basically gained 4 positions all in this lap. So I think what happened was this white Ferrari here on the outside had contact with the blue one, which in the replay I think is actually the blue Ferrari's fault, because see here, the blue Ferrari already here is leaving very little room, and the white Ferrari is on the curb when the contact happens. So to me, the white Ferrari can't really do anything there. He's on the brakes and he's holding the inside line. To me, my view there is, look, to me, this Ferrari could have left more room. Because see, from this angle, right, this angle, it looks like this Ferrari passes that Ferrari, and then here, he's ahead and this Ferrari punts him. But from the other Ferrari's point of view, he's ahead going into here, the blue Ferrari comes across, this Ferrari brakes, holds the inside line, and then has nowhere to go. So that's a hard incident to really point a finger at, to be honest, because it took the Aston out as well, which helped us. But see here, it's like he gets the move done, but he leaves no room for that Ferrari, and the Ferrari can't disappear. That Ferrari's hit the brakes, but this Ferrari's hit the brakes early, and he's on the curb. This Ferrari can't actually do anything else to avoid that, whereas the blue Ferrari could have left him a bit more room. So I think that's a bit of both. But yeah, I was already feeling lucky after not spinning, trying to pass that Porsche. So then these two took each other out, and the Aston got unlucky here because he had to go around the outside to avoid the Ferrari. So I gained 2 positions, and then this Ferrari just had a rubbish exit. I wasn't sure if he had a bad exit or if he was waiting to get the position back. But I just go round the outside and he can't do anything on the inside here. I put him wide. I'm backing him up a bit so that I can get a good exit out of the chicane and he doesn't get me on the straight. And then that was us. P9 to P5 on 1 lap. So yeah, I don't know why Delta hasn't updated. But then, right, for basically the final 3 laps, I add P6, P7, P8, P9, P10, P11, P12, P13, all in this train behind me. P14 is quite far back. So it was basically from P6 to P13, all in this train of cars behind me that I could see my mini-map. I mean, especially like these 3 guys all right in my bumper. But this Ferrari was like getting side by side with me, and I basically had to just park it on the apex. I was just having to brake really hard, slow down on the apex so he couldn't overtake on the inside line, because I just I had no tyres left by that. So yeah. Okay, so we actually gained 0.31 safety rating and 60 ELO. So we're 2000 ELO and we are 6.7 safety rating, and nearly 6.8, which is really nice. And we've got the Silver Plus license, so that was a successful night of LFM racing, to be honest. And that's really good. That allows us to do the Pro Series. Like I say, I will wait until I have a bit more ELO, I think, because if I do sign up, it's going to be a very low split. So yeah, I think we're going to have to wait until my ELO is a bit higher, because it'll put us in a low split if we sign up with this ELO rating. Not this ELO, sorry. We've got high enough, I'll start again. We've got high enough ELO to go into the Pro Series, but it's not high enough to go into the top split. So our safety rating is the thing that it allows you to enter. So if our safety rating is over 6.5, we can join the championship, which it is. But because our ELO or our rank is quite low, then it will put us in one of the lower splits. So we might just wait a little bit until our ELO is up a bit higher, but we'll keep doing some more LFM racing. But that was quite good. 2 clean races, good battles, good fun, instead of what some of the other races have been, where it's just getting taken out 3-4 times in the race and losing ELO. That was actually some good clean racing. That was really nice. So I think I'll finish it up there tonight, guys. Thanks as always for watching. Next stream will be most likely, what day's tomorrow? Thursday. Next stream will probably be Thursday night, tomorrow night, and then I think I'll maybe get a stream on Friday. I won't be able to stream Saturday, and most likely won't be able to stream Sunday, but we will be streaming Monday. So next streams will probably be Thursday, Friday, and then Monday next week. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again next time.